Every day you wake up in the morning and spend a day in the hustle and distinct voices around, which make you feel alive in and out. There is no one who can tame you. And then one day, suddenly your life slows down.
My full name is Leanne Owen. I'm a 51-year-old lady who has found out that she had breast cancer. For the last 5 months, I've been going through every test scan you could possibly think, and the journey of cancer, which started for me on the 23rd of December of 2021. So for literally the last 5 months, I've been on a very huge cancer journey, and that includes surgery and it also includes the treatment.
It was last year sometime when I booked my appointment for the regular screening, and in the meantime I found out that something is not right. So everything happened one after one, I would say. Within a week, it was my appointment for mammogram, so I went there and they knew something is wrong, so straight away they gave me a few more tests to go for.
It's the commonest cancer in a woman in this country and around the world. 1 in 9 women will have breast cancer at some stage in their life. If an abnormality is found at breast screen, the woman is recalled to an assessment center where they'll be worked up and seen by a surgeon. And we work in collaboration in a big collaborative team, which comprises surgeons, radiologists, pathologists, and medical oncologists. And they get the right treatment if it is a screen-detected breast cancer. If somebody is symptomatic, then they come to us, and then if they say present to me, then I'll work them up, we'll find the lesion, and in collaboration with the surgeon, then I'll perform biopsies or whatever is required, and then we send them back to surgery or oncology, depending on the type of the tumor, and then they're treated accordingly. At the same time, we'll also provide them with a staging service, depending on the nature and tumor biology. So, because breast cancer is a misnomer, it's a collection of diseases, depending on the type of cancer. We may or may not have to stage the disease. If we have to stage the disease, then we do so, and then we help the patient on their treatment journey or their cancer pathway.
The moment you're diagnosed and you hear the word cancer, your world changes. And that former person of you disappears slightly because fear takes over. And fear makes you a different person. So it doesn't matter how strong you were, you won't be that same person. And I'm not that same person I was back in December last year, in 2021. I'm actually a former version of myself now.
Initially it was 4 chemos of particular kind, combination, and then it was supposed to be the weekly treatment. But weekly chemo didn't work good on me.
I think I sat in my lounge room for 2 weeks and cried continuously. And it's not until you get your first appointment with a surgeon that next step, you actually are very alone and you are scared and you don't know what's going to happen.
My hands tremble, my eyes water. I know my beauty will be no more. I want to stand, but I am weak. But I know where lies my comfort.
The big thing with breast cancer, no one tells you about side effects, what happens to your body. That's something that no one spoke to me about. And it wasn't until you start treatment is when they tell you what's going to happen with you. So they don't tell you about not sleeping. They don't tell you the steroids that you put in your body and what they do to you. They don't tell you what chemo does to you. They don't say what happens to your skin, what happens to your mouth. No one speaks about any of the side effects, which was a really big shock for me.
And the other thing is, if it is this way, then all right, let it be this way. If I'm destined to go like this, then how can you complain about it? You can't. So So I just kept busy myself the way, routine, whatever. Physically, yes, anybody would know that it's not an easy thing to go through. So it's a kind of a roller coaster ride, I would say. Some days were really bad, some was okay. And I kept working. COVID, it was kind of a blessing in disguise because I could work from home. So things just happened, and of course you have support of your family and your friends, and everyone was quite supportive, and whosoever I spoke, they said, yeah, it's don't worry about it, it's treatable. And I must add that we have very good treatment here, especially Melbourne, I would say.
As I am retired, so I am fully free to support her in any way. And she had been keeping herself busy because of working from home. That was a good thing, was possible for her. So, and we were just waiting for all this treatment to finish, and then we can plan and go somewhere, which we were doing before this treatment as well.
My mum's very positive with everything, same with my brothers, and my family and my friends are extremely positive. I think because they know I was a very positive person and I was a very strong person in that way. So I've had no one sort of break down around me or not speak to me, because that's another really big thing. A lot of people get very awkward around you and they don't know what to say. But I'm very lucky, the friends that I have in my life and my family know what I'm like, and my family and friends are very strong. So they're probably more in my face more than anything, and ask me a lot of questions. But when you're going through the grieving time, as I call it, you find that you don't want to speak to anyone. I didn't tell my family for a month, because it was over Christmas and it was over New Year's. And the last thing I was going to do was interrupt or upset anyone's Christmas and New Year, especially after 2 years with COVID. We were finally allowed to go out and visit family. I wasn't going to let my family and friends know that. I wanted everyone to have a really good time. But when I did mention it, it was amazing the support that I obtained from everyone. But there was a time in my life where I couldn't even say my name.
People can feel if there's any change in their breast, the presence of a lump, focal pain, nipple discharge, discoloration are very common signs and symptoms that people can feel. The vast majority of cancer we detect in Australia now is asymptomatic.
The only thing I can say, yes, the screening is important. Don't neglect it. But unfortunately, if something has happened to you, seek assistance straight away. Do not be like, don't just sit. And the other thing is that there is nothing wrong in talking about it. Whatever you are feeling, must talk about it and reach out to if you need any help. Be open about it.
Everything's changed in 20 years with breast cancer now. It's not like it used to be. And you know, you're given so many people, support people around you, so don't be afraid to ring them and ask. You know, ask questions, just ask and ask. You never learn until you ask a question. So I've just found out if I don't understand something, because everyone will speak terminology to you. I'm not a doctor. So I always say simple stupid. Can we talk simple stupid, please?
Try and get the right medical advice. Also, do not believe Dr. Google for everything Dr. Google tells you. Look at the right curated websites. And if you are in trouble, if you seek out the right health professional, we can direct you to the best websites to give you the best possible information, because that will help you on your journey. The vast majority of experiences are good and outcomes are great, as long as people take the right advice and stick to it.
You really have to trust on your medication, your oncologist. That's really important, that if you have trust, things will get better.
So never sit there and think you're going through this on your own, or that you're the only person doing it, because you're not. There is a lot of other people doing the same thing that you are doing. It's all about getting up and getting the information which will make you a better person. Absolutely.
I will gather all my will and stand. Because I can.